Hello friends, I hope you all had a great weekend. If you remember in the last video I said that we were going to go camping, and we did. And the place where we went camping was like 100% remote, to where I had zero cell service, zero internet, nothing. So I couldn't even work at all if I wanted to, which was a nice little break. It was just a little bit nerve-wracking to see, am I even going to make any sales? Which I did, so that's great. I will say it was a little bit less sales than I would have made on an average weekend, to where I'm sending offers every hour or two like I usually do, and just doing little maintenance things in my stores to help them have activity. But I'm very still happy with what I have sold this weekend, so I want to share it with y'all. And if you follow me on Facebook, once I did get back to service, like back where I had internet and phone service, I noticed on eBay I had about 130 offers that I could send out, so I did do that. So since between then and now, I've probably made another 15 or so sales from those offers that I sent out, so that's great. I did also want to start by thanking Crystal for buying me this coffee. Thank you so much. And if you guys haven't tried this raspberry cream cold brew, it's very, very good. All right, what else did I want to tell you? I haven't plugged Shipping Hip in a while, and mine just came in the mail, my new fall mailers. So I wanted to show them to you and remind you that we always have a code with them, which is Ginger15, and they always ship for free. So the price that you're paying for the mailers is the full price. You're not going to be surprised by a shipping cost when you get to checkout. So we got some fall/Halloween, and they have some really cute tape, some ghosts and black cats. So got that. We got some pumpkin mailers. They also have different sizes. So these are like the typical 10 by 13. Really pretty floral. We got some mushrooms and leaves. Some bats. And this is like a really cool print. So yeah, I think this is like a 14 by 18 or something like that. I really love this size for bigger things like this, jackets, so that I don't have to use boxes, and it keeps the weight down. These only weigh, I want to say, a little bit less than like 8 ounces, maybe even like 5 ounces. So yeah, so I love mailers and I love Shipping Hip. So yeah, again, 15% off any of this stuff if you want to make an order. Oh yeah, so just before I started this video, I'm kind of running late today because it's already 2:40. Chris just went to pick our sons up from school. I normally would be at least upstairs shipping by now, but I saw as I was printing my shipping labels that I had a negative feedback. It must have probably come in the last few days, and I just noticed it, of course, right before this. You know, and in the past, a negative feedback would have affected me quite a bit more than it just did. Like, I was still sad about it, and I wanted to call eBay really quick and see if I could get it removed, which I did. Well, I don't know if it's removed. I did call eBay. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. I can read you her feedback. It used to be fairly easy to get eBay to remove feedbacks just by messaging eBay for Business, but recently they've changed a lot of how they do things, and it's actually pretty difficult to get something removed. I'm hoping I have a chance on this one though, because half of her feedback is talking about things that have nothing to do with me as a seller or the product that I sold her. So I'll just read it to you, and I'll put it on the screen here. So she said, I think the seller should let it be known that this blazer is very small, large blazer, that this large blazer here runs very small, is small enough for an 8-year-old to wear, even though it's a large like the tag says. I think she should have let it be known I waste money. I would never buy nothing else again from her eBay. Please stop sending me emails. So that was one of the things where I've never sent her a single email or message or anything at all. So she must be talking about just eBay sends regular emails like, come shop on eBay, which isn't to my shop. It's to any shop on eBay. And then after that, she said, I've been ripped off with velvet shoes that should have been Jeffrey Campbell, and they were fake. Those were not shoes that I sold her. So it's this feedback, since it's on my profile, is now making it seem like I sold her a fake Jeffrey Campbell item. I'm done with eBay, and the seller's not fair. So that was her feedback. So I did just call eBay. They showed me how to put in a feedback removal request at least, but it said it could take up to 24 hours for them to let me know if they're going to remove it. Let me see if anything came in. Not yet. So, fingers crossed. I think I'm going to keep trying to fight this one. Normally, if she had only talked about the blazer that I sold her, there's no chance they're going to remove that. Like, the buyer's allowed to say whatever they want. It's their opinion, whether or not. Obviously, I'm not going to comment in my description, I think a blazer fits very small, because I think that size is subjective. That's why I include measurements, which there was measurements included in this listing, as well as I accept return. So she could have also returned it. She just got it a few days ago, so she can still return it for up to 30 days, which if eBay does not respond to my request, I'm going to obviously reply to the feedback and at least say, you know, the Jeffrey Campbell shoes I didn't sell to her. I'm very sorry the item didn't fit you. We do accept returns. Something like along those lines. So that anybody reading the bad feedback will understand, like, I am a good seller who is willing to make things right. And unfortunately, things don't always fit us like we hope that they will. So anyways, let me know if you think I have a good chance of getting that one off or not. I don't know. I want to be hopeful, but I'm not. So we'll see. All right, let's jump into some of these sales. The first thing is this Cacique. I never know if I'm saying that right. Bra. That is the brand tag. So this actually just got returned to me last week. It was an eBay sale. I think it only sold around 10 something plus shipping, and the buyer put in for didn't fit, so she returned it. She was out shipping both ways. I got it relisted. This time it sold on Posh for $16, so that's great. Okay. And then this sale is going out to Leanne, so thank you for another purchase, Leanne. The brand is Black Mountain. It's just like a cool vintage fleece. And yeah, I found this at the bins up in Denver last time I went. And Leanne purchased for $41 with discount shipping, so she accepted the Posher VA offer that went out to her. Thank you so much, Leanne. All right. And then this, I honestly thought this would sell much faster. I think I bought this 2, maybe even 3 years ago at a garage sale. Although if I bought it 3 years, I know it took me forever to get it listed. But it's definitely been listed well over a year at this point, and it's LL Bean. So LL Bean in general usually sells great. This is like a faux suede. I don't know. It might even be real. Who knows? Nah, it's not real. Let's see. Yeah, it's polyester. So anyways, a faux suede Sherpa lined jacket. I bought this at a garage sale for $5, and it did sell for $23.20, but yeah, it took forever. So, but again, I would pick this up because I love selling LL Bean, and I might have just, I know I've recently dropped price on this, so I might have just had it a little bit too much to begin with. Who knows? Sometimes things just don't sell. It is what it is. All right, this couple things that came out of this room. Pair of kids' Bogs shoes. These sold quickly. It took me forever to list these. These were in my laundry room as if I was ever going to clean them. I didn't. I just brought them back down and listed them as is. I mean, they're not terrible, but you can see some dirt on the bottoms. I always say I don't clean shoes, and that's basically true. So I don't even know why I put them up there to think about cleaning them. Anyways, I got these at Once Upon a Child with a $10 off coupon, so I believe I paid $6 because they usually price these at $16, and they sold for $22.04 plus ship on eBay. I'm seeing a theme so far. Jackets, boots. It's that time. All right, I'm gonna have to force myself. I have a whole rack of clothes in my office still that needs photographed, and it's like all seasons on the rack, so I'm gonna need to force myself to. I will list all seasons all the time, but since I have plenty of jackets and sweaters I need to do, I'm gonna be like, do 5 a day, you know. 5 things off the death rack, and then some other things that I'm more excited to list. All right, this is a Polo Ralph Lauren vintage corduroy hat with the leather strap. This is from the bins, and somebody offered me $40 on Posh today, so I went ahead and accepted. I did see some really high comps when I went to list this, so it's been listed a few months, I think around 80, because those were the comps that I saw. And I do think if I let it sit a bit longer, it probably could have sold for around there, but I'm happy with a few ounces of bins weight into $40. I think that's great. Okay. And then these you may have seen in my haul video from the other day. The Calvin Klein women's joggers, new tag that I got from Brandy's Whatnot. So If I remember correctly, I said everything kind of averaged out into the $8 range. And somebody offered me $29 for these on Posh, so I was very, very happy with that. And I don't think you guys will be seeing this video in time, but Brandy has a Whatnot show tonight that I'm going to be excited to be in and hopefully buying some more stuff. So yeah. All right, EL. A pair of men's Dockers. Brandy actually gave me these at the bins. I didn't buy them from her Whatnot, but one day she just gave me a bunch of men's pants like this because she did not want to list them or put them in her Whatnot at the time. So thanks, Brandy. Yeah, so Dockers sold on eBay for $16. Easy. This is the brand Bar 3. I've only sold it a few times. This is like a herringbone wool blazer. I think I only grabbed this because it was wool and herringbone. Like if this was just a plain black blazer by this brand, I probably would have passed, but this did come from the bins and it sold for $23.20, so worth it enough, I think. All right, FN. Got a pair of Abercrombie little plaid roll cuff shorts. These I was so sure that Plato's Closet or Uptown would take, and they didn't. And I actually think these might be going to a viewer. No, I don't think. There was a couple things where I wasn't sure that they were a viewer, but I don't think that this was one of them. But now that I said it, Ashley, if you are, thank you so much. Anyways, these are Abercrombie shorts. They sold for $8.16 on eBay, so glad to move them since they did not get purchased by Uptown or Plato's. Okay, FB. Is this one? No. All right, this I bought off Whatnot, I believe from Nicole. Shout out to my friend Nicole. This is the brand Philosophy. It's like just a floral skirt, and it's sold for $14.40 on eBay. I think I probably paid max maybe like $3 for that off Whatnot. All right, EX. Got a pair of Havaianas flip-flops from the bins. These sold on eBay for $9.52. ES. Got a pair of men's FootJoy golf shorts. These are from the bins. They sold for $12.24. FC. I believe I also got this from Nicole's Whatnot, and the brand is Stitches in Time. It's just like a vintage wool blend, really cool cardigan sweater, perfect for the winter we are headed into. And this sold on eBay for $20. I probably had less than 5 into it. Easy. I had a hard time not keeping this, but I knew that it could at least get me a little money, so I listed it. It's a pillow cover from IKEA, and you guys know I have my pillow collection, and I have plenty of inserts that I could have put inside of here, but I also have plenty of pillows to where I don't need one more. So glad I listed it. It sold for $14.40 just a cover, and at the bins, linens like this are only 49 cents a pound, and this is less than half a pound, so that was like 25 cents into 14. That's great. ES. This is a Brooks sports bra, and normally these sell really, really well, but this one I missed some flaws on. I mean, nothing horrible. It's like the elastic on the back is slightly stretched. Anyways, this probably would have sold for 15 to 20 had it been in a little bit better condition, but since it wasn't, I listed it kind of low, and then this buyer accepted an offer on Posh of $12 with discount shipping. So not a huge profit here, but glad to move it, make a little profit. I'm sure the buyer's happy to have it for a good deal. FE. Got a pair of Bionic suede wedges. I believe I got these from the bins. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. They finally sold on Posh. No, these sold on eBay for $20. This was Posh, just kidding. Poshmark, $20. Okay, ER. I am so sad I didn't list these sooner, although I'm thankful that they're starting to sell. Like this is a pair of Pearl Izumi women's like bike shorts, like with the padding. So this is something you want to sell before the spring, because a lot of people are biking in the spring summertime. But I had 3 or 4 pairs in my bins over here, just drafted unlisted. I finally spent a day down here like before a couple weeks back and got a bunch of it finally listed, and a lot of it has already sold. But yeah, these probably would have sold. I mean, I guess they're still selling quick, so I'm thankful. Anyways, Pearl Izumi bike shorts sold for $20 on Poshmark. Somebody offered me that, I believe. So these are from the bins. I'm very happy. I like selling bike shorts. They're usually 15 to 20 pretty easily, so especially when I'm going to find them at the bins, I'm going to grab those. Okay. Got some Beats, just the headphone cover only. This is from the bins. I find these all the time at the bins. I already have a listing in List Perfectly, so I usually just pick them up, make a new listing, and they usually sell $5 to $10. Somebody offered me 10 on this one on Posh. I was very happy with that. This weighs next to nothing. So, to me, it's just easy upsizing, I guess. Little extra money here and there. FL. Nothing should be missing because Chris is done with the inventory minus like the coats over here. So I'm going to help him with those since he doesn't really know what everything is. So, and honestly, that's kind of why it took him as long as it did to get through the full inventory, because he went box by box. But like, I can look at this easily and be like, oh, that's my Daydreamer Pink Floyd shirt. He has to literally look at the pictures of all my pictures on List Perfectly and match them up. So I'm so thankful for him that he did all that. That took him a lot of time. So anyways, everything is good to go. While we were camping this weekend, the auto delist was working perfectly. Like previously I hadn't had it. I think actually we didn't even upgrade to the Pro Plus plan yet because I knew everything was so out of order that it wouldn't even work for me. So since he finally got it all ready to go, we upgraded to the Pro Plus plan. Everything delisted perfectly while we were gone. I'm really excited to go forward, and it's all gonna work out really well. So anyways, this is a Daydreamer Pink Floyd shirt. I'm glad that Plato's and Uptown did not buy this from me because it sold for $39 on Poshmark, so that's great. All right, ES. This is a men's Nike Golf New It Tag polo shirt. I bought this at a regular thrift store a week or so ago, and I missed that it had a company embroidery on the side here. I only spent, I don't know if I just said this, $4 or $5. But if I noticed the company embroidery, I probably wouldn't have bought it, but it actually sold quickly, and the company was Lockheed Martin, so that's a big company. You know, once I realized it was that, I was like, okay, I should at least be able to break even or make a little profit. But it actually sold quickly for $20, and it had some other watchers too. So I don't know, if you find any Lockheed Martin stuff, maybe list it up. So, all right, to EA. This is a pair of Burnside men's, like, I don't know, performance or like a board short. I really thought that Plato's or Uptown would buy these, but they didn't. So they sold on eBay for me for $8. I believe you're a viewer, Margaret, so thank you so much. hope you love those. I just love picking up. I don't even care the brand. Those like just quick dry board shorts. I just love selling them. So, all right, FO. Got a pair of Teva women's sandals. These have only been listed a week or so. I don't remember. I know I bought them at a thrift. You'll probably see them in a recent reel, or not, in an upcoming reel soon. I want to say I probably paid around 10 bucks for them. They sold for $23.20. So, you know, if I paid 10, that's probably right about doubling my money on those. All right, I think everything else is going to be over here. All right, I'm starting in AH. I'd love to get a big puffy bag out of my inventory. Although I'm sure I'll be filling it up soon with more sweaters. So this is a sweater. I don't want to take it all the way out, but you will see the screenshot. It's a really cool Liz Claiborne. It says hand knit. It's just like puff sleeve. It's just like a really cool knit, and I just loved it. I found it at the bins. It did not sell quickly, but it sold on eBay for $20.88. All right, the BZ. These I actually thought would sell for more, but they did not clean up as well as I thought that they would. I threw these in the washing machine, and yeah, there's still quite a bit of staining on them. So somebody offered me $30, and they've been listed a while, so I just went ahead and accepted that on Posh. I don't remember what I spent. I probably have some footage in my phone. I'm gonna guess it's around $12.99, but probably max would have been $15, so I probably am profiting anywhere from $10 to $15 maybe off of those. Not 15. I at least spent $12.99 on those, I'm sure of it. So what would that be? $12.99. Not much. Maybe 10 bucks profit. I'm not losing money. That is the good thing. So all right. Yeah, at some point I just kind of cut my losses, and by losses, obviously it's not a loss, but I just want to get my investment back and put it into something else. Usually my time frame is kind of like, if I know it's been listed over 90 days, I want to go ahead and move it out. So those ones definitely had been listed more than 90 days. All right, DX. This had also been listed well over 90 days. I thought this would sell quicker, but I definitely overpriced it to begin with. It's Tommy Bahama, which obviously doesn't do super well anymore, but it's Tommy Bahama Disney with like a little Mickey embroidery. So I know I sent an offer on this as we were driving back from camping, and it sold for $26.52, and I got it from the bin, so that's great. Oh, and it was also a men's 3X, which normally sells really, really well, but that's okay. All right, box N. I think this was the highest price sale I made this weekend, and it's not, you know, I'll tell you, it's $47.20. I remember this is the highest because I'm sure you guys know Becky Park. I recently started my Facebook page, and then I saw her pop up on Facebook. So I've just been enjoying seeing her over there because I love Becky. If you guys don't know, she's the one that she didn't get me started on YouTube, but like once we started our YouTube channel, she had us as a guest on her channel when we were pretty new on YouTube. So I'm just so grateful to her for that, and I've just always loved following her. I love seeing the things that she picks up and sells, because a lot of them are so different than anything I would buy, but then I get ideas from her, and yeah. So anyways, all that to say, she had posted something on her Facebook today about what's your highest price sale that you sold this weekend, and this was mine. But if you don't follow Becky on here on YouTube, go follow her. It's Becky Park. I'll put her screenshot here. But then she also started Facebook, so go follow her there as well and show her some support. Yeah. All right, this is the brand St. John. So not St. John's Bay, the JCPenney, but the really expensive St. John. And this is from the bins, but I also thought this would sell a lot quicker and for a lot more than $47.20. But I probably just priced it a little bit too high to begin with, to where I'm just dropping the price and sending super aggressive offers to get it sold. So I'm very glad it sold. A bins item into $47 is still amazing. Okay. This thing, I don't know. I found this at the bins and I just thought it was interesting. I probably shouldn't have got it because it doesn't have any markings or brand. So like it was a kind of a hard thing to list in that sense. Like I think I Google lensed and saw similar ones and used other people's keywords for what it was. But this has been listed well over a year, I'm sure. And it finally sold for 20 bucks. So I don't know. I thought it was cute. I thought somebody would want it, which somebody did. I mean, 20 bucks is still great. This only weighs about 4 ounces. So I'm glad somebody is excited to get that. Okay, CG. This is a Carhartt flannel, women's from the bin, sold for $10.20. CQ, excuse me. Got some Skechers knit sneakers. I believe I paid $10.99 for these at Goodwill. If I ever say a price and you guys see one of my reels and it's a little bit different, I promise I'm not lying. I just don't always remember since we don't like keep a spreadsheet anymore. Our bookkeeper keeps track of all of our cost of goods, so it's just not as important anymore to me. But yeah, I believe $10.99 into $26.52 on these ones. Okay, DD. This is just Old Navy, some men's like chino khaki pant. I think I only picked these up because they were a large size. Like, you know, I pick up Old Navy new tags all the time at the bins, or if it's like a really cute piece. These are not new, but they were size 52 by 32. So I think that's the reason I grabbed them. They did sell fairly quickly, $16, so not too bad. But yeah, if those were like a men's 36 and a used, I probably would have not bought them. Okay, AG. Got a pair of REI. I believe these are like the zip off, yeah, like convertible pant. These are from the bins. They sold on Posh. Yes, Poshmark, $20. Okay, got a bundle, BQ and BM. BQ. All right, and this is a viewer bundle sale going out to Angie, so thank you so much. She got this. I don't know the brand. This brand, it's Mason Bell. I just got this. I think I wanted to try it on and it just didn't work for me. I love this color though. And then this is one of the Ralph Lauren brands. I don't know if it's Ralph Lauren or what, but really cool pair of like embroidered, I don't know if that's embroidered, stitched. I don't know. It's a cool pair of light colored denim. So thank you so much, Angie. I hope you love these. Oh, the bundle sold for $28.52. Both of these came from the bins. DA. Men's Craft and Borrow. So just, what is that? Kohl's brand. Yeah. This sold on Posh for $17 with discount shipping, which I think that's really great for just a basic men's Craft and Borrow polo shirt. AW. Got a pair of Crocs. I think these are called like the Puff Slide. Oh, I can't see it. No. Anyways, I don't think I've ever sold this model before, but super interesting. They were new with tag. I got these at a regular Goodwill, I believe for $10.99, and they sold for $28 on eBay. All right, last sale, BM. Love finding these at the bins. This is the brand Ireland's Eye. So by these, I mean just like wool, merino wool, cashmere, cable knit, Irish sweaters, basically any brand of Irish sweater. So yeah, this is from the bins, and this sold for $40.12, which I think is great. And it looks like it's a wool cashmere blend. So very, very happy with that sale. All right, friends, that is all I have for us today. I do need to get this stuff packed up into the post office. Yeah, it's about 3:14 right now, so they close at 4:30. Chris should be home any moment dropping off Connor, and then he has to run and get Cyrus from the elementary. So drop off and pick up has become quite the task with kiddos at 2 different schools. I'm sure you guys can relate. So yeah, we're just trying to figure out best way, best schedules, best way to do it in a time efficient way. So anyways, after this video, I'm thinking I'll probably go to the bins at least once this week. So I'm going to say the next video will probably be a bins haul, and hopefully I will have an update on my negative feedback by then, and I can let you guys know about that. So if you guys have any tips or tricks for getting feedback removed, please leave it in the comments. I'm sure we would all love to learn from you. And until the next one, bye friends.